If you're a Sagittarius, I want you to imagine standing on a mountain peak at sunset. Behind you is the climb you've been making all year. The visibility, the recognition, the pressure of being seen. And in front of you, a valley of mist, quiet, and deep water where nobody can follow. That single image is the entire story of your next 6 months. Because from July through December 2026, your chart splits cleanly into 2 acts. The first act is loud, public, and ambitious. The second act is silent, internal, and transformative. This is not a forecast about one big event. It's a forecast about a tectonic shift, a slow, powerful movement of energy from the top of your chart, the 10th house of career and reputation, all the way down into the 12th house of the subconscious, the hidden and the soul. And here's why this matters more for you than for almost any other sign. Sagittarius is the sign of expansion. You grow by going outward, new places, new ideas, new horizons. But the universe is about to teach you the one lesson fire signs resist the most, that sometimes the biggest expansion happens when you go inward, that before you can build the next chapter of your life, you have to clear out the old psychological clutter that's quietly been running the show. So if you've been feeling like something big is about to change, you're right. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'm going to walk you through exactly what's coming, month by month, and how to make these 6 months work for you instead of against you. Everything I'm about to share is based on the general transits moving through the Sagittarius chart. But your actual birth chart is unique. Your rising sign, your moon, your personal planets, all change how these energies land for you specifically. So here at Astro Forecast, we offer personalized readings for exactly this reason. Whether it's a full birth chart reading, a career reading to time your next big move, a year ahead or monthly forecast built around your own chart, relationship compatibility, soulmate and marriage timing readings, a money and wealth reading, a solar return or transit reading, or even question-based personal guidance where you ask one thing that's weighing on you. We also do business astrology, life purpose, dating pattern analysis, and breakup recovery guidance. If you want a reading tailored to your chart, the WhatsApp chat link is right there in the description box. Just tap it and message us. Now, let's get into the transits. Let me give you the map before we walk the territory. In Western Astrology, we track how the personal planets, the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, move through the signs, and which houses of your chart they light up. For Sagittarius, the second half of 2026 is a guided tour down the back half of your chart. Leo, your 9th house. This is home turf for a Sagittarius. As the Sun and Mercury move through Leo in July, and again with Mars later, you feel that classic Sag hunger, wanderlust, big ideas, higher learning, the pull to broaden your horizons. This is your comfort zone lighting up before the real work begins. Virgo, your 10th house of career. This is the headline. When Venus, the Sun, Mercury, and eventually Mars all pass through Virgo, your professional life goes under a spotlight and a microscope. Virgo brings precision, duty, and public recognition, but also perfectionism. Expect to be seen, evaluated, and asked to deliver at a higher standard than usual. Libra, your 11th house. This is where the who you know starts to matter as much as what you do. As Venus, the Sun, and Mercury move through Libra, your attention shifts to community, networks, alliances, and your long-term dreams. Scorpio, your 12th house. This is the deep water. When Venus, Mercury, and the Sun move into Scorpio, the energy turns inward. Solitude, healing, closure, and the clearing of old emotional debts. This is the most private, most transformative sector of your entire chart. Sagittarius, your 1st house, and then, late in the year, the Sun and Mercury come home to you. This is your solar return season, a personal rebirth, an identity reset, the moment you step back into your own life renewed. So here's the arc. High outer world activity from July to September. Deep internal integration through October and November, and a powerful personal renewal in December. 4 emotional themes carry you across the whole stretch: professional scrutiny, shifting alliances, deep emotional purging, and finally, reclaiming your autonomy. Career and work. This is where the action is. With Virgo lighting up your 10th house through August and September, you're highly visible, and that visibility comes with real opportunity. Leadership roles, recognition, a shot at redirecting your career towards something more aligned. If you've wanted to be taken seriously, this is the window. But Virgo's shadow is perfectionism. As Mercury and later Mars move through this sector, watch for micromanaging, over-editing, and friction with colleagues who don't share your standards. When you step into command of public projects in August, lead with diplomacy. You can be right and alienate everyone, so don't. Significant shifts in your professional status are on the table in late summer, and for the entrepreneurs among you, this is a season to reevaluate long-term strategy and scale through smart networking rather than brute force. Money and finances. Your income this half year is tied to those professional shifts, so expect some fluctuation. The big financial signal is Mars entering Cancer on August 11th, activating your 8th house of shared resources, joint finances, debts, taxes, inheritances, and other people's money. This adds intensity. Contracts and shared investments will need attention and possibly renegotiation. Early in the season, you may spend more on travel, education, or professional development. Worthwhile, but budget for it. Through the Virgo and Scorpio transits, play defense, favor security over speculation, and think twice before any high-risk bet. Then, as the Sun enters Capricorn on December 21st, the energy naturally pushes you towards saving and building long-term stability. Love and relationships. If you're single, September is your month. Romance is likely to spark through professional networks or community events, so say yes to that mixer. Later in the autumn, your romantic appetite quiets down and leans toward private, low-key, meaningful connection rather than anything showy. If you're coupled, the planets moving through your 8th and 12th houses invite deeper intimacy, but the real kind, where you talk about the vulnerable stuff. This is a season for emotional honesty, not surface-level comfort. Family life asks you to balance a demanding public life with the emotional needs of people at home, especially in late summer. And your friendships get a quiet audit in September and October. You'll naturally shift toward a few trusted allies and away from connections that were only ever convenient. Home and family. When Mars moves through Cancer, the emotional temperature at home rises. Old family dynamics, the ones you thought were buried, may resurface. Your job is to hold space without getting reactive. You're being asked to balance an expanding public life with the emotional needs of the people closest to you. And in October, the heavy Scorpio 12th house energy may bring up ancestral or childhood conditioning that's ready to be healed. Practical shifts around the home, a move, a renovation, a change tied to your evolving career, are also possible. Health and energy. Mentally, the Virgo and Scorpio transits can crank up anxiety and overthinking. That brilliant Sagittarius mind starts spinning, and you'll need tools to quiet it. Physically, you're riding high vitality through the Leo transits of July and August, but autumn brings a natural dip, and your body will demand rest. Honor it. The biggest risk this half year is burnout. If ambition keeps overriding your need for downtime, you'll pay for it later. Set firm boundaries between public duties and personal recovery, and prioritize the basics: nervous system regulation, gentle movement, and consistent sleep. Your biggest challenges. Let's be honest about the hard parts too. Challenge 1. Burnout from overanalyzing. During the Virgo career transits, you'll be tempted to obsess over every detail. Why it happens. Your naturally big-picture, mutable Sagittarius nature clashes with Virgo's hypercritical energy in your career zone. How to handle it. Delegate ruthlessly, lower the perfectionist bar to excellent instead of flawless, and accept that real progress is never a straight line. Challenge 2. Power struggles and buried anxieties surfacing. During the Scorpio and Cancer transits, repressed emotions come knocking. Why it happens? Mars in your 8th house and personal planets in your 12th house force you to confront what you've been avoiding. How to handle it. Practice emotional detachment. Lean into therapeutic or reflective practices and refuse to be baited into defensive arguments. Not every provocation deserves your response. It speaks directly to your twin themes, the 12th house clearing and the 10th house rise. What to do? Initiate the big career conversations in August. Align your goals with the people who make decisions while you're being seen. Do meticulous financial planning during Mars in Cancer. Protect and organize your shared investments. Use the September Libra transits to network. Build the alliances that carry you into next year. Journal and meditate through October. This is how you process the subconscious insights rising to the surface. Declutter your workspace before December, physical and digital, to clear stagnant energy for the reset. Practice breathwork and self-care during the high-visibility stretches to keep your nervous system steady. What not to do. Don't make impulsive career moves during Mercury and Virgo. Miscommunication is likely, so don't quit or blow up a project hastily. Don't overextend financially or take on unvetted joint debts while Mars is in your 8th house. Don't suppress emotional discomfort during the Scorpio transits. What you bury will resurface as physical fatigue. Don't isolate completely. Even when the 12th house makes you want to disappear, keep one foot in your support system. Don't micromanage or turn hypercritical with colleagues when work gets stressful. Protect the relationships. Western Astrology remedies. A few simple practices to work with these energies. New moon intention setting. Use each new moon to set clear professional and boundary-focused goals. Candle ritual. Burn a gold or blue candle during Leo season to call back your personal power and clarify your career path. Journaling. Keep a daily stream of consciousness log during the Scorpio transits to unburden your subconscious. Visualization. Picture a protective energetic shield around you before stepping into high-pressure situations. Nature walks. Get into open space to reconnect with your fire element and discharge mental stress. Water cleansing. Take intentional baths or showers during the Cancer and Scorpio transits to symbolically release old emotional attachments. Sound healing. Use binaural beats or frequency music to soothe an overstimulated mind during the Virgo transits. So here's the truth of your next 6 months, Sagittarius. You're moving from public success to private healing. Don't rush the quiet parts. The Valley of Mist isn't a detour from your climb. It is the climb. Embrace the evolution of your career and your inner world, because that's how the next version of you gets built. If this forecast resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit like, drop a comment telling me which transit hits closest to home. Subscribe to Astro Forecast and turn on notifications so you never miss what the stars have coming. And if you want a reading built around your exact birth chart, career timing, love, money, or one personal question that's been on your mind, the WhatsApp chat link is in the description box. Message us anytime. Until next time, take care of yourself, trust the process, and keep looking up.